What is good, guys? Haas here. So I just got back from my SATs. This week has been hectic and all this other stuff. Work is terrible, but I love my job, and I just haven't had time to make a video or even decks, so I've literally just been off of Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit, but now I'm going to get back to it. So one of the things I've been talking about with my friends is that Raigeki versus Dark Hole. Should you play both the deck, or should you only play one? And by the one I mean raigeki, of course, because raigeki is you neg nothing. Your opponent is the only one whose monsters are being destroyed. And I want to talk about that. Is Dark Hole viable anymore? Now that raigeki is at 1 and Dark Hole is at 1 as well, the difference between the two is pretty big now. Dark Hole destroys all monsters on the field, and raigeki destroys all your opponent's monsters on the field. And why would you minus yourself when you can minus your opponent? And that's one of the big things, is that I'd rather use raigeki in a deck than Dark Hole, because it would only be causing my opponent damage. While Dark Hole, if I had a good board but I just couldn't get over one of my opponent's monsters, I had to give up that entire board just to get rid of one card, which is ridiculous. And that's what the problem is now, is that Dark Hole is no longer viable this format, and I feel as if people have dropped it entirely because raigeki is just a much better card now that it's finally gotten off the ban list. I agree, raigeki is a much better card than Dark Hole, but is that a reason not to play both? Here's the thing. Raigeki's at 1, Dark Hole's at 1. That's 2 spots in a deck out of 40 cards. So that means you have 38 cards to do whatever else you want with, and you have 2 cards that can just blow up the entire field. To me, that's pretty good. I would definitely run both Dark Hole and raigeki, but the only problem is that one of them has a bigger drawback than the other, which I feel like is the really big problem in this format, because everything is very control-based in this format. You have Shaddolls, you have Burning Abyss, and then you have Stellar Knights, you have Hat Tricks, you just have everything that is just so control-based that players have just stopped running like destruction cards almost entirely, like Dark Hole and raigeki. You only play one of each. You only play one, raigeki or Dark Hole, which I think is irrelevant. You should be playing both because they're both very, very good cards, and you need a lot of destruction on board, because Winda's is if your opponent has Winda and you can't special summon monsters, and you already used your raigeki, how are you going to get rid of it? You can only get over it. I feel like playing both would be great, but in its entirety, raigeki is much better than Dark Hole, which is why people have only been running raigeki. Me personally, I'm going to be trying to use both in a deck, because I feel like destruction is very well needed in this format. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this discussion video. Yeah, I'm going to try to be making videos as much as possible. I literally just got back from my SATs. I just wanted to make a video because I haven't made one so long. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and Haas out.